पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। वर्ष नंबर 234। यदि सत्यं भवेद् विश्वं सुषुप्तावुपलभ्यताम् यन्नोपलभ्यते किंचित् अतो असत् स्वपन मृष। I chant one more time. यदि सत्यं भवेद् विश्वं सुषुप्तावुपलभ्यताम् यन्नोपलभ्यते किंचित् अतो असत् स्वपन मृष। The meaning is, if the universe were true, it would have been perceived even in the deep sleep state. Since it is not at all perceived, it must be like dreams, false and unreal. See the one more time translation. If the universe be true, let it then be perceived in the state of the deep sleep also, as it is not at all perceived in the state of deep sleep, it must be unreal and false like dreams. So we have reached the verse number 234. In previous verses, the topic was going on about the universe, objective reality. Very important topic for every seeker. That is why Shankaracharya was trying so many examples. He gave so many scriptures, quotations also, to make us understand. So topic is continued, because we have been accepting as real whatever the universe is undoubtedly real us. We cannot doubt it. And the principle says, Shankaracharya says, the all universe is illusion, maya, imagination. So very opposite principle. We have make an effort with extreme opposite to understand, because our sense organs, our minds are giving very opposite report, and scriptures are saying very opposite report. So we are not able to make them match. And one more thing has to be understood here. What means a real? Shankaracharya says, Yad Vishwam Bhavet Satyam. Suppose this universe is true. This universe is true. Because we have extreme faith in our mediums of perception. We are so blindly believing them. Our mediums, whatever they say, without any doubt, we accept them. We never doubt. We accept whatever our eyes says. We says, yes, it is right. Whatever our tongue says, we says, yes, this is the truth. Whatever our ears hears, we says, yes, this is the only truth. So that is why the believer of the organs, they have always a question, where is God? Because our sense organs cannot perceive, cannot grasp the reality of the God. So that is why they always ask a question, where is God? If God is, then show me. As long as my eye does not see, I will not accept. When we say that, this statement, it means as long as you have not seen God with your own eye, you do not believe. We want to God as an object. As long as we cannot see our eyes, with our eyes, we cannot believe the God. So this is a statement over because of sense organs. But who said you that God is an object? No, God is not object. Shankaracharya says, suppose for a moment, yadi satyam bhavet vishwam, if we accept for a little time, the universe is true. The universe is truth like a Brahman, absolute. As we discussed previous also, but I would like to make you understand that the reality of the objective world and the reality of the dream world and the reality of the self, once we have to understood it. Because, so this reality, the reality of the universe is not like a dream object. Dream objects are very fragile. And same, the reality of the gross objects is not like absolute, like a Brahman. This is the middle. We are in middle. Not this reality is not like Brahman, and this reality is not like a dream birds. So be careful, be attentive. When a statement was given by scriptures, the world is imagination. It does not mean imagination like dream objects. It is a more solid. So for little time, yadi satyam yadi bhavet jagat, the Vishwam is, the universe is truth for little time. Then the truth is, absolute truth is, who is everywhere, every time. Time is not limitation for the truth. Any state is not limitation for truth. Like waking state, you are there. You say, I am seeing, I am watching. In dream state, you are also there. In deep sleep also, you are there. In deep sleep, you are there. In even samadhi, you are also there. In deep sleep, in samadhi, there is no object, but you are there. Self is there. If universe is like self, then it should be in deep sleep state also. Because time and state is not limitations for the reality. So Shankaracharya says, यदि सत्यम भवेद विश्वम सुसुप्तौ उपलभ्यताम. Like in deep sleep, you are there. After wake up, you say that I did not know anything because there were no any objects, but I was there. I was there. My absence is not there. All other objects are not there. If the world is like truth, like God, like Brahman, it must be there. Shankaracharya says, but in na upalabhyate, it does not experience. So this universe is like dream objects. Dream world is example to prove that the universe is unreal and truth. So now make your mind clear. The supreme reality is absolute. The universe reality is relative. The dream reality is imaginary. So we are in waking state. Here, this reality not like a dream world, not like the supreme self. Swapnavat mrisha. It is not dream. Understand the word meaning? Swapnavat, like a dream, but not a dream. Now see next one. Ata prathak nasti जगत परात्मनः पृथक् प्रतीतिस्तु मृषा गुणादिवत् आरोपितस्यास्ति किमर्थवत्ता मदिष्ठानम् आभाति तथा भ्रमेण. I repeat one more time. अतः पृथक् नास्ति जगत परात्मनः पृथक् प्रतीतिस्तु मृषा गुणादिवत् आरोपितस्य किमर्थवत्ता मदिष्ठानम् आभाति तथा भ्रमेण. So conclusion has come. Now see the first translation. Therefore, the world does not exist independent of the Supreme Self, and like qualities, the notion of the separateness is false. Can a superimposition have any meaning apart from its own substratum? Through delusion, it is the substratum itself which appears like that. So see one more time the meaning. Therefore, the universe does not exist apart from the Supreme Self, and the perception of its separateness is false, like a quality, blueness, etc. in the sky has a superimposed attribute, any meaning apart from its substratum. It is a substratum that appears like that through delusion. Now Shankaracharya have reached on the conclusion. Atha, therefore, prathak nasti jagat paratmanah. This universe is not separate from the Atmana, the Brahman. Let's try to understand this mantra through an example. As we have a rose flower, very beautiful rose flower, very colorful, very good fragrance, very softness. So this rose flower is very beautiful. So all quality of the rose flowers, we think they are in the flower. But you think, are these qualities in the flower? So if you separate the flower from its plant, and slowly we come to know the fragrance of the flower, the color of the flower, the softness of the flower, everything will finish, will destroy. Slowly it becomes fragranceless, colorless, becomes black, no softness, everything has gone. It means whatever we are experiencing in the flower, these quality not in the flower, they are its plants. And plants gives it to flower. Then you uproot the plant also. Uproot the plant. Slowly you will come to know the plants becomes dry. In plants there is no anything. It will die. It means the all qualities whichever we were experiencing in the flower, they are not in the flower. And they are not even in the plants. It may be in the earth. Because we have separated from the earth. They may be in the earth. And the plant in the earth, but you don't put the water. If you don't put the water, slowly, slowly, it becomes dry. Then we think these qualities may be in the water. Water has all qualities. Okay, so think more deeply. If you put water, but there is no sun rays, no sunlight, it becomes destroyed. Then we can think these all qualities may be in the sun rays, the sunlight. Sunlight is very necessary for the plants. So they maybe, we are not sure still. If you think more deeply, you will reach. If there is no oxygen, then there is nothing life in the plants, in the flower. So air is a very important factor. Air is needed. Then we can think air may be the cause or all qualities. But think more deeply. Then you will find if there is no space, the plant cannot grow. It cannot grow. Its growing will stop without space. So space is needed. Maybe space, the cause for everything, we can think. But our scriptures say, think more deeply. Then you will know that. You will come to know that. Etasmad atmana akasa sambhuta. Akasat vayu. From that, the Atman, the Akas has been. Now, think the whole process. Whatever we are experiencing in the rose water, rose flower, smell, touch, color, softness, everything. Its ultimate source is not the plants, not the earth, not the water, no fire, no air, no space. Ultimate source is the self, Atma. Atma. The ultimate Brahman is in form of the rose flower. The Supreme Self is in front of you in form of the smell, touch, everything. Whatever you are experiencing, it is nothing apart from the Brahman. Brahman is a smell, Brahman is a touch, Brahman is a sound, Brahman is everywhere. Shankaracharya says, Atha prathak nasti jagat paratmana. This universe is not apart from the Brahman. It's not apart from the Brahman. Brahman is one more thing We have to remember that. It is not modification of the Brahman. It's not modification of the Brahman. Appearance, names and forms because of ignorance. Ata prathak nasti jagat paratmanaha. The universe is not apart from the Brahman. This is a very, very strong point, strong philosophy. The universe is not apart from the Brahman. Brahman is everywhere. Whatever you experiencing, only Brahman is there. Ata prathak nasti jagat paratmana. So there is a mantra in Sanskrit. Harireva jagat jagadeva hari harito jagato ne bhinna tanu iti yasya mati paramartha gati sanaro bhav sagar muttarati. The scriptures say the universe is only Brahman. Jagadev Hari. The universe is only Brahman. And Brahman is only the universe. They are not two. The one who has such knowledge, definitely he will liberate. These are self-realization. The knower and known both are the one. Knower and known are not different. They are one. The flower of the rose and the watcher, experiencer, you are not different. There are not two entities. One entity is both sides. Knower and known both are the same. Very strong philosophy. Ata prathak nasti jagat paratmana prathak pratitis mrisha gunadivat. And if we say it appears very different from the Brahman. See, entity is one. If you see the world, Atman is not available to us. If we realize the Atman, the world would be disappear. Both things are not available together. They are like darkness and light. You cannot collect both together. You cannot capture both together. You cannot make a meet for them. Darkness and the light, they are very opposite. Same. The world, if our experience says there is a world, then you can question, you can give answer, you can read, you can study, whatever you can do, but Brahman is not available. Self is not available because only one thing. If someone realized, he gets realization, then world will disappear. He will not find the world. Where is the world? There is no world. Prathak pratiti sumrsha gunadivat. If the experience of the world becomes, we feel there is a different from the Brahman, then he gives example, gunadivat. It is like blueness in the sky. Blueness in the sky. We know there is no blueness in the sky. But we see sky is blue. Today is not blue. So blueness and the sky are not two. They are not two. They are the one thing. But we say, we understand The sky is blue. Pratak pratiti tu mrsha gunadivat आरोपितस्य किमर्थवत्ता मदिष्ठानम आभाति तथा भ्रमेण. As we discussed before lectures, in Vedanta, two words are very important. Adhishtan, the substratum, and aropit, superimposed. Two things. Now he says, like in the sand, in the desert, very hot sun's ray reflects in the sand and they make a illusion of a water, a mirage. We can see mirage. The water is flowing. You can see the water. You can teach about the water. You can experience the water. But when we will reach there, we did not get the water. Water is not there. Just a sand. So sand appears like a water because of sun rays. So sand is substratum. Water is imposed. Shankaracharya says, Aropitasya kimarthavatta. So this water which is appearing in the sand, what is use? You cannot drink, you cannot bath, you cannot give, you cannot take. This water is not usable for anyone. It appears. He wrote, Kimarthavata. What the meaning? You can see, but you cannot use. Adhishtanam avati tata brahmena. He says, there is nothing like water. Only sand appears like a water. There is no any water. Just a sand appears like a water. If you want to use sand, you can use it because sand is there. But water is not there. Adhishtanam avhati tata brahmena. Because of ignorance, because of delusion, the sand appears like water. Same, the adhishtanam. Now, next verse. Bhrantasya yadyat brahmata pratitam brahmaiva tattat rajatam hi sukti idantaya brahma sadaiva rupyate tarupitam brahmani nama matram. I repeat one more time. Bhrantasya yadyat brahmata pratitam brahmaiva tattat rajatam hi sukti idantaya brahma sadaiva rupyate tarupitam brahmani nama matram. The meaning is, through error of judgment, whatever is deluded man perceives can only be Brahman and Brahman alone. The silvery sheen perceived in nothing but a mother of pearl. Brahman is ever present as this universe, and that which is superimposed on Brahman can only be a mere name. See the translation. Therefore, the universe does not exist apart from the Supreme Self, and the perception of its separateness is false, like quality blueness in the sky. Okay, sorry. Whatever a deluded man perceives through mistake is Brahman and Brahman alone. The silver is nothing, the mother of pearl. It is a Brahman which is always considered as a universe, whereas that superimposed on the Brahman, the universe, is merely a name. Now, what the conclusion? So many examples he has given, because topic is very, very important, very challenging to digest, very opposite. That is why he made lots of efforts. Now, he's giving the conclusion. Bhrantasya yadyat brahmata pratitam brahmaiva tattat rajatam sukti. Whatever we experience, if we experience with delusion, then everything will be deluded. See, if I have a red glass, my glass color is red, then whatever I see, it will appear in red colors. If I have blue color glasses, whatever I see, everything will appear in blue colors. Things are not blue and red, but my glasses are red, blue, yellow, and the color, the glass will make effect in our vision. So, if we are deluded, ignorant, whatever we touch, whatever we watch, it would be wrong. Our judgment would be wrong. Yadyat brahmata pratitam. And we are so obsessed with our mediums. We say yes. Whatever I says, we say yes, this is the truth. No doubt. You have been deluded so many times by your sense organs. You know, we have been deluded. We have been deceived so many times, our sense organs. And very, very simple way. If someone has headache, you cannot see, but he has. He has. Very simple. Our sense organs are not capable to perceive this pain, but pain is there. Dhrantasya yadyat brahmata pratitam. If our vision is deluded, whatever we see, whatever we perceive, whatever we know, it would be not correct. Because vision is deluded. If we go deeper to know what reality is, then we can go beyond our sense organs. In our scriptures, there are very clearly written, En manasha namanute, en ahur manu madam, Tadeva Brahma Tvam Vidhi Nedam Ididam Upasate. Scriptures are say the absolute truth cannot be known by sense organs and mind. That is why in meditation we close our sense organs. We want to control our mind. So don't believe blindly your sense organs. They will give report to you and then think about the fact of the matter. Brantasya yadyat brahmata pratitam. Yadyat pratitam. Tat tat brahmaiva. If you think deeply, you will come to know these names, these forms are false. The reality is substratum. Once it happened, one father said his son, today I will take you to you for a movie. This was first time for the child to watch a movie. So son said, asked, what is the movie? I don't know. I want to know what movie is. The father said, there is a big hall and there is a big screen. And on this screen, we will see so many things, the all universe we can see. So child was so excited to see the movie, the screen. And when they enter into hall, the movie had started already and they were enjoying. Suddenly, the child asked his father, Father, this is a movie? He says, yes. You can see the river, the mountains, the forest, fire, water, human beings, everything. The child says, okay. But where is the screen? You told me there is a screen. I want to see screen also. Father said, screen is behind the movie. Everything is playing on the screen. He said, no, I want to see screen. There is a water, ocean, mountains, trees, animals, fighting, everything is there, but I cannot see the screen. Father said, if you want to see screen, just sit and wait. When movie will be over, then you can see. Both you cannot sit together because projection is continued. Brahmaiva tattat. If you think deeply, you will reach. There is just Brahman, nothing else. Idan taya Brahma sadaiva rupyate tvaya rupitam Brahmani nama matra. Now see the way of Shankaracharya so beautifully. He is explaining that to disciple. Now I saw you the supreme truth. Now I saw you the soul, self, the real, the Brahman see. Disciple becomes very happy. Okay, now so be. He says, this one, idantaya. We indicate everything, this one, this one, this one, this one is, this one is, this one is. everything we can indicate. This one is chair, this one is chair, this is a pot, this is a tree, this is a human being, this is a mountain, this is a river. So this and is everywhere. And between two words, we put some imagination. Between two words, this and is, we put some our imaginations. So this is chair. Chair is imagination. This is the truth. This, when we chant Shanti Path, Purnamada Purnamidam Idam, the universe is Purnam, absolute. Brahman, just Brahman. Idantaya Brahma Sadaiva Rupyate. If you want to see the Brahman, just concentrate. Idam, this and is. Between two words, there is just imaginations. So take aside imagination and concentrate this and is. Everywhere you can realize. Kabir says, for me, there is no word. Only Brahman. I cannot see the word. Even in Vrindavan, these gopis, they were so devotees, but they can also realize it everywhere. They could realize everywhere the only one. Whatever, wherever I see, we see only the Lord. Idantaya Brahma Sadaiva Rupyate Tvaropitam Brahmani Nama Matram. Shankaracharya says everywhere. Only one thing is Brahman. And all names, all forms are imposed, imaginary. This is the description of the universe. The question was, what about the world? What about the universe? Shankaracharya made so clearly that universe is not different. The universe is not apart from the Brahman. Brahman is in shape of the universe. So this universe is not different entity. And here Shankaracharya completed this topic. Now, next one. Ata param brahma sadadvidiyam visuddha vijnana ghanam niranjanam prashantam anadyanta vihina kriyam nirantarananda swarasasarupam. I repeat. Ata param brahma sadadvidiyam visuddha vijnana ghanam niranjanam prashantam adyanta vihinam akriyam nirantarananda rasasarupam. The meaning is, therefore, whatever is manifested is the Supreme Brahman, itself real, non-dual, extremely pure, the essence of knowledge, absolute, taintless, supremely peaceful, without beginning and end, beyond all activity, always of the nature of bliss. Now, he is starting about substratum. Still, we have completed description of the world, universe, what universe is. universe is just a imposed superimposition on the Brahman. Now the question will arise, what is substratum? What is the supreme adhisthana, substratum? Now he is giving explanations. See the one more time the translation. Hence, whatever there manifests, this universe is Supreme Brahman itself, the real, the one without second, pure and essence of knowledge, the tentless, pacified, void of beginning and ends, beyond activity and essence of the bliss absolute. So before topic was the universe. Our problem is the universe is visible, but we are not so clear about universe too. And Brahman is invisible, invisible. It is very difficult to understand. Shankaracharya says, what Brahman is. We have known what impression is, what imagination is, what snake is, what balloon is, what mirage is. Now we have to know what substratum is. So all universe is impression, imagination, superimposition. But what reality is? He is giving here definition. There are, first thing is para. Para means absolute. Para, absolute. When we think about subtle, you can say extremely subtle. Our sense organs, our mind, even our mind cannot reach there. So that is why he is the para. Then real. Real. This is the real. And this is not just instructions to you. You practice and you experience. Negate all things. Sit in the meditation. This is not just a preaching. This is the experiment. We experience it. Sit and just experience whatever is not your nature, just remove. Do you know? Death is doing for you this work. Whatever is not yours, death snatch it from you. We are so afraid from the death. We don't like death. But death does what we have to do. You negate all things. This is not, this is not, this is not, whatever remains. This is the real. Whatever remains. Then comes without second. Without second. We have discussed so many times. The reality is one. Then Vishuddham, extremely pure. The universe is mixture. Nothing is pure. You see the pure water, 100% pure. There are so many companies, they giving guarantee their product is 100% pure. But nothing is pure. Everything is a mixture. Only Brahman is pure. Visuddham, Vigyan Ghanam, and this the mess of pure knowledge. Only pure Vigyan Ghanam is solid. Solid knowledge. It is not hollow. Solid knowledge. Vigyan Ghanam and Niranjanam. Niranjanam is there is no any taint, no any blames. It is a pure, taintless. Prashantam. And the Prashant, always calm, quiet. When you are angry, you are greedy. Your mind is greedy. Your mind is angry. In deep down, you are calm. You are quiet. Nothing is happening there. Only mind is agitated. You are not. You are always pacified, prashantam, adyanta vihinam. The reality is without beginning, without ending. No birth, no death. Birthless, deathless. So you think you can apply everywhere. You are free to take any object as a reality and just test, examine without ending, without birth. Then akriyam. There is no activity. No activity. For activity, there must be space. But this is without space. And this is a nature, Nirantarananda Rasanu Rupam, the nature of external bliss. Bliss is from inner core. Always. Whichever happiness be achieved from the out, its happiness comes and goes. But the real happiness is in your nature. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Puna Puna Isharo Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.